Hi, Cancer. Let's get right into it, okay? I'm tired of the intro. I just need to approach these readings as if I'm approaching, a friend or anybody. Because I just figured that helps more in connecting with you guys. It's more vulnerable. So this month, I'm just going to be shuffling the cards. And I'm going to do a first spread with the Rider-Waite and then a second spread with the Sexual Magic Tarot in honor of Scorpio season. And all the info is down below. If you want a private reading, my email is down below. Feel free to check in whenever you want. Let's get it. So this month I'm just shuffling. I think I'll be going back to my normal cross spread. It's much more immediate. Strength card. So vulnerability right in your face. It's also an admission of being wounded. She's coming across as, catering to him. So you're finally finding a lot of strength and power in your own admission of hurt. This is amazing. You're finally also feeling in control. Wish fulfillment and the Nine of Cups. A lot of singlehood here doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but this is about admitting to oneself, and it's a very transformative energy. It's like you admitted the pain to yourself, and once you do that, you connect so much with your own vulnerability that you become whole again with the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is really the card of emotional contentness by ourselves. This is awesome, Cancer. A lot of growth, a lot of understanding and healing. Leo and Aquarius, and healing and vulnerability. Taking care of yourself, being vulnerable with yourself and being completely open. And once you do this operation, it's like you're completely open not only to yourself but for other people. Because when you're in that space of like being hurt, everybody becomes a threat because you're functioning out of that pain. So you're in pain and you're protecting yourself, and you protect yourself against anybody. But at the same time, you hold yourself back from making new connections and doing new things just because of that one failed relationship, failed situationship, failed person. Just because of one freaking loser. And you're finally deciding that it's not worth it, that your life, your goals, your aspirations, and your dreams have more life and vitality and importance than this person. They were there before them, or this situation, or this friendship, whatever. And you get the strength to walk away from that situation and feel content in it. A lot of yellows and blues. So a lot of self-realization and a lot of healing and calm and peace. That's awesome, Cancer. And then you encounter someone who is extremely harsh, King of Swords, could be the Aquarian here. So if it's an aqua you're dealing with now, they are coming out as really, really useful. They might have been the ones to have had to go through healing, maybe because of something that you did to them. But if you're encountering the Aquarius is really, really a huge person in your life. Probably someone you should have a conversation with. They are a little bit bitter. Otherwise, this is you mastering out your strength, the Cancer shell, with which you can just, enforce your goals and dreams away from anything that has held you back for maybe a few months now, maybe a few years. Excuse my hair. I tried straightening it, but this is the result. This is the result. Unless I go to the hairdresser, it won't become straight at all. My curls are like, nope. Good, let's see what else, Cancer. This is a lot of, finding your strength again, not feeling weak and disempowered, but actually going from a place of feeling weak and disempowered and hopeless to a place where we're really, really content, really, really in power, really, really focused on our goals and our dreams and hopeful, again, and positive attitude and healing, and maybe dealing with someone from the past which has Aquarius placements that you can probably reconnect with. Interesting. Oh my god, I was shuffling so hard. I actually bent the card. Cool. So the Pisces, oh my god, am I reading for like Selena Gomez? Okay, so if you were dealing with a Pisces, trust me, they might be playing it cool. Page of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon card, but they are, it's one thing what you see from people, and it's another thing the vibration that is perceived. People know when something has changed in someone. You can feel it. And this person is feeling it now, and it's hitting them. It's like your change in vibration is forcing them to look really deep within themselves, really deep within their own wounds. Maybe in a way that they haven't done before. Interesting. I'm not saying they regret losing you, and I don't really think, when a water sign moves on, they don't even care. When a water sign is done, they're like, I don't even care if you regret, I don't care. Like, I'm totally emotionally so closed off and so cold that it doesn't bother me anymore. 1 second. I'm back. Amazon. With my roommate. There will be maybe some attempts in the future. I don't really think you're ready for them. I think you should keep cool. These are also new connections and messages and maybe conversations that you're supposed to be having with people. Maybe because, you have been down and out for a while and probably haven't been giving your best in some end of hours. Messages and communications. Ooh. I suggest you leave the Pisces situation alone. I think that thing is done. Like, it cannot go more. It cannot. It's over. There's nothing else to do. Let them fester in their own. Don't do, the cardinal thing of helping people. Let them fester in their own mess. 6 of Wands, one outcome card. Finally feeling back on top. Back on top. Away from the past, away from the memories, away from the temptation, away from the bad memories of the fuckboy nature of the situation. You're back on top. Cancer. That's what I call a cardinal spirit right there. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, whether a friend or a lover, I suggest you stick with that. Don't go back. Don't go back. Don't go back. The World card. Success, cycles that are ending, and you ending not in a crushed way, but having understood your own lesson and not having to revisit it anymore. If that other person is feeling now the need to revisit it because you have changed so much your own frequency, let them, but it doesn't have to be your problem. You see? It's not for you to be there. Don't go back there and get stuck in the muck. That's their own thing. Victory, success, new cycles, new avenues, new projects. You can start afresh after a long time where you might have been feeling as if you were bound by something, completely stuck. It's a new sense of freedom that will make you feel like you're in a high. Awesome, Cancer. So just real quick clarification, since I've done that for all the signs. Let's clarify this Aquarius person here because they seem really a positive influence. And then we can switch to the other deck. Okay. High Priestess. Interesting. The Aquarius, I think they still have a lot of, fond memories for you, fond feelings. They might have moved on. I'm not saying that you have to go back to them. I'm saying that this person still is happy for you. The Knight of Pentacles. There is a possibility of reconnection with this person here. But I think it's going to be on their terms. And I think you shouldn't jump on it. Just really, move forward with calm and don't let it get to your head. Just because you're back on top doesn't mean that you're necessarily ready. And I don't even really think, both of you are ready if this is a reconnection. But they are someone who still appreciates you. They are someone who still is happy for you and is happy to see you back on top. They are. If you were dealing with a fire sign, please be careful because all they're gonna do is bring drama to you. And if this is someone you actually slept with, you had like a sexual connection with them, they're gonna try and come back now that they see you shining with the excuse of this sexual connection that you had, just to bring back drama and just to draw you back in. I'd suggest you stay out, High Priestess, out of anything right now that isn't bringing you peace, because you need to, it's one thing to be on top and it's another thing to maintain the position, because it's very easy to slip back into the chaos of anybody who's trying to come back and leech off of you. Cool, Cancer. That's nice. Let's get to our love cards. The first spread can pertain to work, to anything that, anything that you were dealing with in your life. Could be just cycles and, growth in general. This second spread is more pertaining to love. Okay, last one. Good. Let's see what comes out of these cards. And I'm going to say this also. I'm planning to do mid-month readings with pick a cards for each element. So that saves me a lot of time, and it gives you guys a lot of possibilities from which you choose from. So, ooh, okay. 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands. No, 7 of Pentacles. So if you're in a relationship, Cancer, seems like there is a little bit of disagreements here, because you are not looking eye to eye with the 7 of Swords here, and seems like now there's a disconnect, because what is keeping you together is mainly of a sexual nature, and you feel though that there is something that is disconnecting you. Also, if you're single and you're healing from something, you're understanding that you had already, when you heal and you heal completely, and you can see that maybe the moment where the love ended, even on your part, was like so much before the real, ending. And you're seeing how much that situation wasn't really bringing you anything anyway. 7-7. Realizations. It's like you're realizing how much that person wasn't really made for you. You're realizing how disconnected you actually are from them. Oh. And you're like, yeah, I'm glad that is gone, because I see now that it's not for me. Ooh, that's nice. That's real growth and healing. And it's acceptance, you're like, yeah. So now the question is, what is for me? My God. Seems like you guys are a little bit, down and out. Maybe confused. Not really willing to, and here you are at the bottom of the deck, nice. Not really willing to get into a new relationship. Temperance card, now you're figuring out what you like. It's like the attention went from the other person to you, to who you are, what the different parts of you are, what you desire, since that didn't work out, and now you're understanding why that person wasn't for you. And here you are at the bottom of the deck, probably looking as hot as ever. Anybody who exudes such, healing and confidence energy always looks hot. Be careful of people and situationships, taking advantage of you. And also be careful to move, slowly with people. Don't feel like you're over, so much in control of the situation that you're like, you feel you can do anything, because it doesn't necessarily mean you're not bound to be hurt again or used again. I suggest you keep a low profile and you stay to yourself. I don't think you're up even for anything right now. Because she's like, yeah, and he's like really onto her. And she's like, yeah. I don't care anyway. Judgment. Oh. Amazing. Understanding. Running away from the past. And understanding and healing and getting back to yourselves. I'm telling you, you made the right choice. You made the right choice. You're putting yourself first. And so many good things come when you do that. So many new avenues, so many new possibilities. Obviously, there's some damage, you know, to be done, to be repaired. If you are in a relationship, I'm telling you, the disconnect is continuing. There's a lot of cards of like, I'm chasing you, I don't want you. Whatever you're going through, Cancer, make sure that you don't neglect the other person. That's if you don't want to lose them, because seems like maybe you're not in love anymore. Maybe you're finding that there's no real connection there. Maybe you're evolving into something else. And you're realizing that you don't want to bring the past with you. Ouch. So maybe you're hanging on to a commitment where there's no passion. Because you're used to it, I don't know. But it seems like this situation is really, really heavy. You're bored. You're bored, you feel like what once used to be there isn't there anymore. And it's creating a lot of distance. Wow. And maybe you have your eye on someone else. Five of Wands. This is someone that you really want and that really entices you. Probably a Sag. We have two Sagittarian cards here. Just seems like you're done with the past. Seems like you're overall evolving and you're like done. You don't want to be stuck in the muck anymore. So whether you're alone or not, whatever is not evolving with you, you're willing to turn it away. Ooh, ouch. Okay, that's been your reading, Cancer. And see you for the mid-months and December.